I'm using the Crescent texture boards. This is the white version with the bigger holes. I think it's called golf balls. And I'm applying a very thin coat of acrylic paint, just the acrylic paint you can buy in a store, craft paint. And I'm using a paper towel just because it's easier to spread in a thin layer. And also, on this case, using the red over the blue, I didn't want to smush the paint too far down into the holes because I wanted to create a nice effect where you can still see the other color paint through the holes, which is, you know, one of the nice things about textured board. And here I'm going to create a shape using an old vintage book page, but because this is a textured board, I don't want to glue the vintage book page directly onto the board because it has a very textured feel, and I want this to be fairly smooth. So I've just glued my paper, the book page, to a piece of cardstock and glued it on with a glue stick, and applied a very thin coat so that the text shows through of acrylic craft paint. And that was a little bit too big, and as you can see, I'm doing it all by hand, just by feel. There we go. And again, with the Yoo-Hoo craft stick, just apply a lot and it'll stick just fine. Of course, you can also use a gel medium or some sort of gel medium mix. And my next step here is to create another little heart, and I've used some scrapbooking paper for that. And I'm going to glue that directly in the center with my glue stick. And then use my markers just to do a little bit of outlining and defining the shapes a little more. This is a white gel pen, just to add a few highlights and add in some just extra depth and color. And these textured boards are quite fun because you can use the paint to great effect. I'm just highlighting some of the texture on the board here. These would be the golf balls. And again, with my paper towel and craft paint, I'm just going to splotch on a little bit of white highlights, just for a little more interest and color. And again with a bit of red. And there you have it.